Hello there, I'm Keith,
I'm John.
and we're going to be playing Ultimate Spider-Man. This is actually a game that I played a lot when I was a kid. Similar to games when you play when you're a kid, I know the beginning very, very well, and the ending I'm not too good with, because there are two boss fights in particular that I got really stuck on and just never got past as a kid. Basically, Spider-Man, this is based on the Ultimate Comics, so you're going to notice some things are a little different, but it's awesome. And a lot of people say that Ultimate Spider-Man, or Spider-Man 2 is the only good Spider-Man game. I disagree. And I'm going to explain what they're explaining because John can't hear it. Basically, Peter's parents were scientists who were killed after creating basically a super suit that they thought would cure cancer. That super suit is called Venom. If this seems similar to the movies, it's because the movies are based on the same comics.
Makes sense.
And Eddie's father also worked with ours. And so Spider-Man, who became Spider-Man after the fact, because he was like 6 when his parents died or so, is now stealing it now that he's just found out about it. And it's the Venom suit. If you know any Spider-Man comics, that's it's a bad idea. It's a very bad idea.
Peter Parker superhero name should be Peter Parkour.
Shut the fuck up. But it turns into a black suit, it makes him feel awesome and all that shit. Except then, basically, after... This is very much so condensing it. But after a while, it basically fucks him up to the point which he pretty much feels like fucking killing himself while he's wearing it. See, there's him freaking out.
And the Venom suit gained sentience?
It always had sentience.
Oh.
It was just being benign until then.
I didn't know that.
And so it almost kills him, and then Eddie Brock, out of anger, steals it, just because he knows that Peter used it, and he's like, fuck, I'm gonna fuck you up for doing this. Also, his hand blatantly clips through the glass. I never noticed that when I was a kid. And now he's Venom, and we have to fight him. And this serves as our tutorial. He also has a really cool voice that I'm sad we can't hear, but it's like, and he talks very lamely. We can punch and we can kick, and you do more damage if you switch them up. And if we have flashes appear above our head, it means that we're going to take damage. So that's our spider sense. Yeah, it tells you to run away. And you have a homing kick! I love that. It's like the best move, because usually you're swinging around right when you run into enemies. Fucking lock on, Peter. Sometimes it's bad about that, sometimes it's not. And we don't currently have our webs, and we're going to run away. So that way he can't hurt anyone on this abandoned football field.
Okay, so you still have your Spider-Man suit.
Yeah, because this is Peter Parker with web shooters, not innate web shooting.
Okay, so it's Peter Parker who's really smart and made weapon stuff.
Yeah, he can also like jump really high, he's really strong, he's resilient, and he can crawl out walls.
Right. That's one of the things I always thought was stupid in the first series of Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, that they changed it.
Yeah, that...
Which realize in the comics they change it just as often. And we're going to get into the only mechanic of this game I don't like. And you're going to be able to hear me play this part. Bashing buttons! You have to randomly mash the L and R buttons at different points. It's kind of annoying. It only shows up for like little mini-game bullshit, but it's still annoying. Shit, he's eating me. Yeah, he actually heals when he does that.
So good.
Yeah, and it drains my health at the same time. So you can imagine how I feel that. And then when we get him down low enough, the cutscene happens.
So Venom knows Mega Drain?
Basically.
But it's not very big type Pokemon.
No, it's very effective. We just have a lot more health than the average person because we're spider people. So they're shooting him, and bullets don't really work. And then he walks into that power line, which was actually in the battlefield, but I didn't get close to it. If you actually touch it, it hurts you. And it hurts him. It's a good way to trick the game into doing a lot of damage early.
Oh.
And now we cut to Peter at high school, 3 months later.
Sounds lame.
And they needed to establish the premise for the game, because the game's about Peter versus Venom. Because Venom disappeared for this entire 3-month gap. We haven't seen him since. And he's basically telling Mary Jane, I need my costume because reasons, and she's like, well, I have to finish sewing it up, and there's a hole in the butt.
I can explain the hole in the butt.
I can explain that hole in the butt.
Please don't.
She's like, just stop by my place later and we'll pick it up then. He's like, well, I guess I have to pick up my web shooters anyway.
All right.
What if he gets
I'm
some
gonna
bizarre
run
hanky
home
panky
and grab
going
my
on?
web
Maybe
shooters.
that's why there's a hole in the Spider-Man butt.
Eh.
I've been sitting on my tush all day.
In case you're wondering, right now, we're in our civvies. Why are we not suspicious? This always bugged me as a kid. Like, we're running around and jumping, dressed as fucking Peter Parker, and we're not even close. Also, I hate how slow wall crawl is. Oh, come on, he just let go there for no reason. At least the other times I pressed a button.
I remember watching you
Just have to jump up there. No big
earlier when you were doing a mild test to make sure it
Yeah,
worked.
just testing the footage worked.
And you were doing that awesome thing.
Yeah, because we don't have web shooters yet. We don't have the majority of our abilities.
Yeah, he was like climbing up the wall so much faster than wall crawling would ever allow you to do.
Yeah, there is a faster wall crawl, but it's not until like way late.
Unacceptably late.
Not unacceptably late, just
Late.
you don't get to use it too often, I guess I'll say. But yeah, now we have our web shooters, so now we're gonna do the web slinging tutorial. And basically the TV said, hey, there's a supervillain attacking. And press L and R at the same time, you fly forward. And then you can do hold R and let go of it at different times. Shit, I grabbed the wrong thing. As long as you know what you're doing, you can get going really fast and pretty far.
This is why sandbox games like this are really fun.
Yeah, I actually really love Saints Row 4 for the same reason. And
I
if you
love
accidentally lose
Infamous.
momentum, you can hit B to gain some momentum, but it's not that great. It's slower than if you were just doing it correctly in the first place.
Peter Parker still dresses Peter Parker.
Yeah,
And the wedgies. The glorious
and then we have
No
to...
one thinks this is weird.
good time.
Yeah, I know. This always bugged the shit out of me as a kid. And that tutorial there was just saying at any time you can review tutorials. Yeah. And because you are very vertical, those pillars of light will sense you no matter where you are on them.
That was a good
Some
design.
of them specifically want you to be on the ground, but those are usually for the in-game races.
Ta-da!
I think that's a very good design choice. I'm glad they went with it.
Yeah. About the only ones that aren't that sensitive are the ones... Like, it's very obvious if you have to land on the ground.
Right.
I need to skedaddle.
I think, like I said, if it's a race scenario, it makes sense to get you
You have,
starting
to,
from.
you have to land on the ground in certain parts instead of just touching the bubble.
It makes you sense to have a dead stop and then start
Yeah.
cold with a race scenario. Otherwise, screw that.
Okay, and now we're going to fight our first villain. This is a minor villain, but I don't actually know the name of him.
Does the game even know it?
Shockwave, I think? I don't know. Like, the plot point here that the joke is, he just found out his first name was really Herman, so he's making fun of him.
Herman.
I like smart-ass Spider-Man.
He's so funny, and I'm kind of sad we don't get to hear it. To the point which you're going to actually have to almost watch this on YouTube just so you can hear the smart-ass things he says.
I'll go easy on you this time.
And basically, if you press L while targeting onto an enemy, you will fucking do this shit. God damn it. I wasn't facing him well enough. You do that, and this specific boss takes damage from it because, fuck you, that's why. They needed a tutorial for it. So you just web him up so he can't move and then he takes damage. They justify it as his things shot him.
Like that.
Yeah, that's how they justify it. So at least it's somewhat justified, but it's still really
Good
stupid.
old predictable Herman.
It's entirely to teach you that tutorial of how to stop enemies, in which we're going to learn very soon that most enemies in this game are actually immortal.
I got kids.
Why are they immortal?
Because reasons. Also, welcome to the British street gangs of New York. You know,
Of
those guys.
course.
I think there's like ones and stupid things. Yeah, but if they're immortal until you web them.
So they keep getting back up.
They will keep getting back up. They get back up with like enough health for one punch to take them out. But yeah, and then if you web them and press certain buttons, you do combos. And again, switching targets and switching which button you're using increases your damage. That way you can take out goons very quickly, just by bouncing around. And I love that if you're close enough to a wall, you'll wall kick onto them and do obscene amounts of damage. About the only ones that doesn't really work on for quick kills are bosses. And then we have the map. And we're going to get into another one of the worst things about this game. This game is still great, though. In between missions, you have to do city goals. So basically, these are things you have to do, and you have to get it from 0 to whatever the fuck it wants to be. Oh god, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, now I'm doing it right. Anything important?
What's important?
Your text.
No.
Your phone. We're also going to do something that I wish we really had sound for. We are going to race a famous superhero. Can you guess who?
Yo, 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 Spidey.
Suit.
Johnny Storm.
Oh, Johnny-
Johnny Storm.
Johnny Storm.
Guess who he's played by?
Who?
You could, if you could hear it, you'd know. Also, he's a fucking 2D image. He's Danny Phantom.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Damn it! I keep meaning to bring that back to you.
yeah, it's
Actually, I need to bring you, like season 2 and 3.
in the right order.
Yeah.
So now we're racing Danny Phantom. It's gonna. How does the theme song go again?
Gonna catch 'em all 'cause he's Danny Phantom.
How does it start?
I don't remember, and I've watched a ton of Danny Phantom these last few days because it is
I
great.
haven't seen it in forever, which is part of why I bought it. And then I let him
It's so
download it
good.
because I was watching something else at the time.
Well,
And now I finished that, and he still has it.
I'm a techno geek. I'm a Tucker techno geek, and I have my own home server, with which
Ah, shit, wrong way.
I have a lot of the movies I have at my house, and a lot of TV seasons on the server. And then the server does something fancy, where it pretty much gives me a Netflix-like GUI to watch all of my media on. It even labels everything with the correct episode and everything. It is awesome.
Also, we move along the, for lack of a better term, the x-axis faster than him, but he moves faster on the y-axis. So when we race him in the future, they take advantage of that. But this is a tutorial.
Okay, so
I'm supposed to be terribly beating him, because I know what I'm doing.
yes, which you are. So you go forward faster horizontally. He goes up quicker vertically.
Yeah, up and down.
Yes. You go left to right quicker.
Yeah. And... oh, shit.
You missed. At least those are massive, so they are.
Oh, they're fucking massive. I can't believe I actually missed that. Like, some of the races they have later are more difficult, so the things are smaller, but usually. Also, for the most part, if you can see the area, you can go there in this game. The world map is fucking huge.
I do think that's a good thing, like...
There's there's a small section of the world that has an invisible map, invisible walls. And he's letting us know that he's going to race us later, but that's not for a long time. We get most of the way through the game before then.
Not until much later.
Yeah. And now we swing slightly faster, and now there are races.
So there's benefits to doing this stuff, not just achievements.
Yeah. But this... yeah, fuck you. This is a token. They're randomly strewn about the world, and you are required to collect a majority of them. You find a lot of them just randomly fucking around, though. Because this game world is fun to just fuck around in.
That's why, like, at least the first Infamous. I've only ever played the first one because I got it,
I
for free.
loved Saints Row. I think it was 3 for that reason? Or was it 4? I don't remember.
Probably
The one with
4.
superpowers. But yeah. And there's a red dot on the map because someone's committing a crime. And it's our job as Spider-Man to stop them.
Hey, after this, you
On
guys
a rooftop.
Yeah. I don't know how we find out about these, but we do.
Spider
And we
sense.
basically just stop them, and if you stop a certain number... yeah. Now we have a new... The city goals it'll give you are tokens. Collect this many tokens. And we've collected 2 out of the 1 we need. The left number is how many have. The right number is how many we need to continue the story.
Oh.
How many races. Combat tours, which is just go here, fight these guys. And city events, which is random shit that happens in the city that's not planned at all. Ah, shit. I forgot. That gives you a health token. Might as well. Although starting most events heals you up.
I saw something.
Yeah, I know. I saw it too. So you're going to see me randomly darting for tokens sometimes. Because I think I see a token. And now there's a... oh, hold on. I think there's one over here. No, am I thinking of a different hospital? There's multiple hospitals in this city. Because this is a big city and it is justifiable.
How'd you go run up a wall?
Oh, if you approach it fast enough, you run for a bit.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. It's how you're supposed to do some of the time trial things. But I love this game. I played this game so much when I was a kid. And then I had re-gotten a copy of it. It's just... Honestly, it's one of the best purchases I ever made was reobtaining this game.
I love games like that where
Like, I just had so much fun as a kid, even though I never beat it. And then getting it years later, even though it was for a system that was at that point... Like, the Wii U had just come out, and this is a GameCube game. But, like, just getting games like that, just... It feels good.
you know what else feels good?
Not ending the episode just yet.
Yes.
I want to get to the dot on the map first.
Okay.
Just so I can show off how big this world is. Oh, shit.
And how fast you can move, thank God.
Oh, yeah. If you couldn't move fast, the big world would be a bad thing.
It would suck. But you got Peter parkour going on here.
Yeah, see? I told you. We gain the ability to shit.
It's okay, you got it.
Huh, this icon's purple. I guess we'll find out what purple means in the next episode.
I don't know what
It
purple
can't be
is.
mysterious.
I don't know what purple is.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is purple.